Happy Army, where are you? Last be having ya. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, it is. Good afternoon. Welcome to United Rural Therapy, people. How are we all doing in this dark, cold, very, very cold day in the UK? Wherever you are, man. Big up to every one of you. Smash a like on the video and let's get going, people. Jam-packed show today. We're going to be talking about Cody Gakpo! Cody Gakpo! Eh? Man United agreed a deal in principle. Man United didn't agree any deal in principle. Man United agreed a deal in principle with a player, but not the club. Man United getting ripped off, incoming. Man United getting bent over, no Vaseline, incoming. That's what's happening, people, because you know how we get bent over in every transfer. We overpay. Man United overpaid in the summer £77 million. They overpaid for players. That is Casemiro, Lautaro Martinez, Anthony. Those three players, Manchester United overpaid £77 million. £77 million. Lautaro Martinez, money well spent. Casemiro, on the whole, money well spent. Anthony, the jury's out. The jury's out, people. But anyway, Man United need a striker, a central striker that can hold the ball up, that can run the channels. Do I think Cody Gakpo can run the channels? Yes. Can he hold up the ball? I don't know. We need somebody who can hold up the ball. You know, in the Premier League, when the ball goes forward, if you don't have somebody that can hold up that ball and then bring, because a lot of teams are going to press us because we like to play out from the back. And when we clip it into midfield or clip it into the forward areas, if you don't have somebody who's comfortable at holding the ball up, we're going to be in troubles ahead. Troubles are ahead, people. Troubles are ahead. Let me just sort this out so you can see Manchester United in the background there. You don't want my big head on the way, do you? You don't want my big head on the way, but big up to every one of you. Rashford's back. Told people when he's going to go through bad patch, don't give up on him, and well done to him. Well, you know what? We like we said, Man United is not a stable club, so we're going to be talking about Gakpo. We're going to be talking about Lautaro Martinez and Bruno apparently being linked to Real Madrid. Alan Madrid is sniffing around Man United players. That's not happened lately, to be fair. It's not happened for a really long time. So that's going to be interesting. And then, obviously, the Glazers have everybody in the spin. We've got the article. We've got the BBC article, Simon Stone article, which says Glazers might not sell, people. The Glazers might not sell. But if they're going to sell, it's going to be a quickie. It's going to be a quickie. So we'll see what they say about that in terms of if the Glazers are going to sell. And that's always been my worry. That's why I've not jumped in head, feet, hands. I'm not jumped in at all about this Glazer sale of Man United because to me, I look at the statement, I see they go, we're looking for opportunities and investment and all of that business. And that's what they're looking for. So there could be a scenario where the Glazers do stay. I know that saying those words literally crushes me inside. I'm feeling being crushed inside saying those words. But that could happen. That could happen. But the people are going to say, if they do sell, it might be a quickie. It might be in spring, which I don't think so. Unless they've been negotiating. But anyway, let's get into the first story first, people. Cody Gakpo. How many of you want Cody Gakpo in the summer? How many of you want Cody Gakpo? Cody Gakpo. Are you having him? Imagine the backlash if he didn't sell. The fact that I can't imagine. Well, Steve H, right? Tell me about it. Listen, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what would happen to me. But that's why I've not fully bought into that Glazers are selling. Like I always said to you, I'm going to have to wait to see, to believe it. Like, I have to see it to believe it. So like I said, we can have that party outside Old Trafford. That party is going to be immense. Immense. So we'll see. But let's get into the first thing about Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo now scored 3 in 3 games, 3 goals in 3 games. He's been one of the most exciting players in the World Cup tournament. And you know, if World Cups happen, and you know, whether it's Euros, whether it's World Cups, you know there's going to be players that are going to come out, and you know already from day dot that their price is going to increase. The more they keep scoring, the more the teams in there, Holland are in the tournament, the more Cody Gakpo performs and bangs in goals, the more, game by game, you can see it. 10% of the original price, 20% of the original price, 30% of that original price. You know that price is going to go up and up and up and up. And that is how PSV are going to look at it. PSV are looking at it like that. So the fact that Gakpo is performing, the PSV board, the PSV owners, they're like that. Oh, yes. Gakpo! They're popping champagne as we speak because they know the fact that other clubs are going to come bowling. And the fact that the arrogance of Man United, by the way, the utter arrogance of Man United, like Gakpo wants to only come to Manchester United. Gakpo can turn around and say, well, you didn't want me. He did come out and say he spoke to Ten Hag. There was conversation between Gakpo and Ten Hag, and that he wanted to go. But now, other teams might be available. You know, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they might be looking at him going, we fancy a bit of that Gakpo kid, eh? Bit of that Gakpo, get him here. So this idea of the arrogance of Manchester United fans are thinking that Cody Gakpo is going to choose Manchester United. And for me, I think he might be outpriced. People are talking about 35 million to Leeds. Remember in the summer, 30 million, 35 million. He said he didn't want to go to Leeds and he rejected. And now Arsenal are apparently stepping in as well. Arsenal top of the league. Top of the league, mate. Top of the league. Do I think Van Nistelrooy deep down would want to sell to Arsenal? No, Van Nistelrooy would not like Gakpo to go to Arsenal because Van Nistelrooy still likes Manchester United. Even though Van Nistelrooy was one of those guys who, as soon as he got here, was thinking about Real Madrid. But nobody wants to have that uncomfortable conversation about Van Nistelrooy's time at Man United. Him and his agent were planning an exit as soon as they were here for a year and a half to Real Madrid. But nobody wants to have that conversation because uncomfortable conversations, people. So it's going to be very interesting. And now people are talking 50-60. So a kid that in the summer was worth 30, now banging 3 goals in the World Cup, and all of a sudden he's worth 50-60. That is very, very interesting, people. Very, very interesting. But how do you guys feel about Gakpo? How do you feel about Gakpo? What are you feeling about Gakpo? Do you want Gakpo? Do you want Man United to break the bank? Do you think Cody Gakpo is going to come? Do you believe in these reports that say, in principle, PSV and Man United have agreed that Gakpo can come in January? I don't know about that. And then another report is saying, no, there was no principle. But obviously, Manchester United's manager, Erik Ten Hag, and Cody Gakpo have had conversations in the summer. Obviously, Ronaldo's here. We know how the Glazers work. They've already got striker. You got Anthony Martial and Ronaldo, Ten Hag. We can't give you any other striker. We can't give you any other forward. We can't justify it. And where would he play? Would he play on the right? If Cody Gakpo comes and tries to play on the right for me, or plays through the middle, is he good enough to play through the middle in one of the most competitive and toughest leagues in the world? Is he? Guys, smash a like on the video, people. Smash a like on the video. And then, obviously, towards the end of the show, we're going to be looking at today's games, which are going to be kicking off in about an hour and a half's time. Come on, Morocco. Come on, Morocco. Come on, Morocco. That's what I'll be saying. Anyway, I'm cheering on Morocco. Like the way Canada played. But let's get into it, people. Genuinely, let's get into it. We'll do a little bit of the World Cup roundup. It was no surprise to me that people were saying, oh, Messi is going to get knocked out Argentina. Argentina are better than Poland. Poland are absolutely useless. Poland managers' tactics in the last couple of tournaments are absolutely stinkers. Poland have got a brilliant striker, play attacking football, pick attacking players, go for games. It's no shame of losing games if you go on the front foot. That's who I am. I'm the type of football fan that believes you should go for it. You shouldn't be too defensive. That's who I am. But seriously, let me know what you think about Gakpo. What do you guys think about Gakpo? Who you having? Big up Assad. RJ says he wants Gakpo. Yeah, Alicia. Big up Alicia Sinkanova. I hope you're having a good day as well. Big up to every one of you. I hope all of you are having a good day. I will only get fully excited if with officially new owners. There we go. When it comes to the owners. We'll come to that in a minute. But Gakpo, seriously, do you guys want Gakpo? That's the question. The therapy army want Gakpo. Do you want Gakpo? Manu's better than Gakpo if you know, you know. Well, Manu as a striker. There's somebody called Manu. Manu, our young midfielder, Kobe Manu. Are you talking about him, Alien Tenno? Or are you talking about a striker called Manu that I've not heard of? If you're talking about that, you know, let us know. Let us know who you're talking about, bro. Me personally, I prefer a striker. If Cody Gakpo comes and it's going to be a competition for Anthony on the right-hand side, 100%. Get him in now. Get him in. Get him in right now. If Manchester United think that Cody Gakpo is going to be the central striker and is going to be the guy hold up the ball, well, Kobe is a midfield player. He's more of a number 10. Kobe Manu is not a striker. And it's not a guy that the club are going to be thinking he's going to be a striker. Of course, Alien Tenno, he is probably, for me, you know, I call him, you know, the nickname among my friendship group is that he's the Stockport Imsi. You know, the Stockport Imsi, that's what we call him. Stockport Imsi. So he's had a fantastic youth cup run. He's 17. He's already played for the under 23s. He's pulling up man of the match performance for the under 23s. And that's what's happening with Kobe Manu. But Kobe Manu he can play as a number 6, number 8, or as a number 10. I think as a number 8, he's brilliant. I think he's got tenacity, energy. He's brilliant. And if we have a stable football club and Ten Hag is here for the next 2 years, I could 100% see Kobe Manu being in the team next year. Next year, Kobe Manu being in the team, having some game time in the Premier League. I can see that. But as a central midfielder, as a number 8, with tenacity, with energy, with good passing, with all-round fantastic midfield all-rounded play in terms of the way he plays. Because his attributes are, he can't press him, he's press resistant, he's good, whether it's long or short passes, he plays with aggression and intensity. And that's what we're about, people. If Man United are going to be successful, we need to have at least 7 or 8 players in that team, in a Man United team, starting lineup, that play with maximum aggression and intensity. And 100%, my hand on my heart, I do believe that not Cody Gakpo, I do believe Kobe Manu is that type of player. He is that type of player. He can only get improved. He's not even filled out yet, Alien Tunnel. He's not even filled out yet. Big up. Happy December, mate. Happy December. Ho, 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 Alicia says. Ho, 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 ho. It's Crimbo time, eh? Christmas is around the corner, eh? Christmas around the corner. Another year gone like that, eh? We're in 2023 in about a month. Can you believe that? In a month, it's going to be 2023. Where did this year go, people? Where did this year go? Where did it go? Somebody please tell me in the comments, where did this year go? But let's get into it, people. Not shocked. He says here, big up DJ. He says, not shocked at the news. Cheers, Mr. Strucker, for continuing to keep up with his story. Keep us up with the story. Yeah, big up. Big up to every one of you, people. Big up to every one of you, seriously. But where do you stand on Cody Gakpo? Do you guys want Cody Gakpo? Gakpo's used to play to having a squad 50 million max, though. Okay, well, from 35, now he's 50. PSV owners are like, highest bidder, you can take him. They're not asked about Man United. And there's not been any agreement in principle, as far as I am aware of, as far as I understand. So, conflicting reports, like anything with Man United, because majority of Man United news, people, is pure spin and pure speculation and opinion. Like here, we're here to give our opinion, but we support Man United. There are journalists who write articles about Man United who don't support Man United, who just write absolute waffle. And then there are those, Neil Ashton's there tapping it away, going, hey, print this for me. Get this out there for me. You know what I mean? We know how it works. The PR machine works. Majority of these journalists who have access to Man United have Neil Ashton as their source. He's the guy that tells it to them. So big up to everyone here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. This is hopefully going to be a daily Man United news. And let me know if you guys want daily Man United news as we unpick all of we sift through the BS of the news that surrounds Manchester United. But Cody Gakpo, do you guys want him? Do you think Cody Gakpo is that guy? Once we get new owners, let's get Mbappe. Big up my brother. Mr. Messi would never. Big up my brother, mate. Big up my brother. You know. Big up Trenel. Love. Yeah, Mbappe. Well, if Mbappe wants to come, if Mbappe is going to behave like a normal footballer and not going to come here as entitled and make itself out like he owns the football club, like he is with PSG, nah, I don't want that Mbappe. I want Mbappe to come humble, to recognize the history. We're not a PSG. Our history goes deeper than most, right? Deeper than most. So if he comes, humbles himself, and wants to come and be a part of a successful winning club, 100%. But prima donna Mbappe, nah, mate, we're done with prima donnas. Nah, we're done. What the fuck did 2020 go? Honestly, I'm telling you, next. I'm telling you, bro. Where did this year? Where has it gone? Where has it gone? Alien Tero says, check Gakpo teammate, Xavi Simons, telling you, he's the one. But yeah, he's more of a midfield player. He's more of a midfield player. And obviously PSG didn't even get him on the pitch. Now he's performing at PSV. Then he might be for him to rebuild. Obviously, he scored a lot of goals. He's had a couple of assists for PSV. And he looks like he's settling in, and I think he's still developing. He's a young player. He's developing. We're talking about central strikers. We're talking about strikers that has the attributes that can hold up the ball. The only player that I can see that's on the market for me, for Man United, is Benjamin Sesko. I like all of the attributes Benjamin Sesko has. And if you smash the money, 50 million on the Red Bull, the Red Bull owners of Salzburg and IP Leipzig, I think they will sell. I think they will sell. I'm here once again with United Real Therapy, watching you live from Ghana. Always loves the show. Dead winners, here we go. Big up Yasu Muhammad. Big up from all the people in Ghana, man. Big up all my people in West Africa. You know me, I don't believe in the borderlines between these African countries. They're only older 60 years. So, yeah, West African people, big up, man. Big up to every one of you. DJ said it's a tough one to say Gakpo. People should understand why we are nervous after departing situations years ago. But people seem to have a bad short-term memory loss. Of course they do, DJ. Because, you know, the FIFA generation, they just want a new player for having a new player sake. Is he the guy that Manchester United need right now? Is Gakpo? To me, if Gakpo's going to play on the right wing, going to give Anthony competition, 100%, get that kid in, because he's got goals in him. His goal to game ratio cannot be denied. This year, this kid is scoring in 2012, 22. He's banging in goals right, left, and centre. It cannot be denied. 100%. I see that. Van Nistelrooy's coach, Ten Hag, has the same agent. I think they're already done. Okay. All right. There we go. Next is letting you know that Van Nistelrooy, Erik Ten Hag, and have the same agent. But to be fair, could this be above? Is above me now. Could this be above Van Nistelrooy? Could this be the owners and the CEO of PSV Eindhoven going, well, Man United, they did have a little nibble. Man United had a little nibble in the summer. Now we didn't like that nibble. We want a proper bite. Somebody to come and take a massive bite. And we're meaning to ching bite. I don't know some of your imaginations. I'm talking about to ching bang bite, to ching bite, or that massive. When it's like you're investing in a beef burger. You know, those king size. That's what they want. They want real money for Gakpo. 3 games, 3 goals already in this World Cup. 3 games, 3 goals in this World Cup. If Manchester United wanted him, did they really, in principle, agree? I don't think so. I don't, much rate what the Glazers move and the way that Richard Arnold and the way that Merter and these guys move, because I think these guys move like slugs. That's why Manchester United overpaid. This is not me saying it. Even though I could have that opinion, you could have that opinion. It's not me saying it. Manchester United overpaid 77 million they've overpaid for Casemiro, Lautaro Martinez, and Antony. Now, some of you might think, oh, Casemiro, Lautaro Martinez, money well spent. Antony is still, for me, the jury's still out. And I didn't like the way that my guy moves anyway. He's becoming one of the guys that I detest at Man United. And I don't want to. I know he's a young player. I know young players can make mistakes, but that left us an absolute, really bad taste in my mouth when he ducked for 3 games, left for 3, and those 3 games he could help Man United. Instead, he was like, oh, I'm injured, oh, I'm injured. And then next minute, first day of joining with the Brazil team, he's running around and doing everything. And I'm like, yeah, damn. God damn. You told us you were injured, son. What's happened to you? How come you're running around all excited like a puppy? You know what I mean? Nah, man. You know, I'm not having that. I'm not having you putting Brazil ahead of Man United. Nah, mate. I'm not. I support Man United before I like any national team, mate. Any national team. Gakpo will go for 43 million, apparently. Okay, Ray J. Okay, conflicting reports, but we will see. But to me, get ready. If Man United do go for Gakpo, get ready. That price is going to be somewhere 50, over 50 to 60. I'm telling you now. PSV will look at how much United pay for Antony and will go, ooh, well, if you pay that much for Antony, Gakpo's worth 60. 60 maybe, or just over 60. So that could happen. Today, Maguire discussed in our parliament. I saw that and somebody said, I thought it was Nigeria, but somebody said it was Ghana. And I said to them, listen, 60 years ago, Ghana and Nigeria, same place, same region, same western coast. But yeah, it was funny. It was hilarious. Maguire economics. Apparently, the guy who's ruined the Ghanaian, the finance minister of Ghana's ruined the. He's done a mad one. Promised a lot. Came with a lot of hype. Delivered absolutely zilt. So shout out to Maguire economics in the Ghanaian parliament. Those of you who don't see that, go and check it out, people. Go and check it out on my Twitter. I posted it on my Twitter. That guy, Red Devil, Mr. Structure. Big up to every one of you. I meant Ten Hag and Gakpo have the same agent. And considering Van Nistelrooy is his coach, the United link is easily done. Well, we will see. We shall see. Gakpo, yeah, Karol Popowski turned out well, didn't he? Exactly. A lot of players who get bought after. I wanted Nedved. Nedved went to Juventus, and now Nedved is resigned as one of the board members of Juventus. But Nedved went brilliant. Was a brilliant player for Czech Republic and also for Juventus. And yeah, to me, is Vlahovic the guy? Is Vlahovic the guy now? Juventus now. You know that Juventus. There's absolute havoc being reigned at Juventus. The whole board has resigned because of financial dodginess that they've done with the Cristiano Ronaldo deal and the swap deals they did with Barcelona, between Juventus and Barcelona. Those of you who remember that was something dodgy going on where they did this swap with this. I think, what was it? Was it Maxi? It might have been. Was it Maxi? It was the Bosnian player, the Bosnian number 10. He played for Bosnia. He played for Roma for years. What was his name? It was those two players, and obviously the Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Oh, do you think City are going to sign Trossard? What do I think of Trossard? I can't. You know what? I don't know what he is. Is he a left-sided midfield attacking midfielder? Is he a central midfield attacking player? Is he a number 10? What is he? Gakpo's another Depay. Yeah, you could say that. Memphis Depay impressed in the World Cup. Manchester United went and bought him. And to me, you can't buy a player unless, to me, the likes of Gakpo, the likes of Depay, you only buy these players when you have stability in your football club. When there's real stability in your football club. There wasn't that much stability. And Manchester United, the pressure, the circus that follows Man United as a football club, which the Glazers love, by the way, because it brings them money. Like I said, our CEO, Richard Arnold, says that transfer speculations is a way for us to drives our social interactions. That brings us to ching ching. So that's who we are, people. That's who we are. No more American owners. Big up to everybody. But anyway, let's get into this news, people. Let's get into this news. The Glazers might not sell, but if they do sell, apparently, according to Simon Stone in the BBC, they will be selling very quickly. It's spring, and I don't believe that. I don't. Unless those have been negotiated already. Those deals have been negotiated already. Then I'm not going to believe that Man United are sold already. So let's have a think, people. Let's have a think, hey? Let's have a think. Let's have a look here. Let's be having you. Let's be having you, people. I know this is old news. I know that this news broke yesterday. It was yesterday, yesterday that the rumors first started. It was yesterday, but let's get into it, people. Let's break it down, because we don't just like to rush to judgment. There were rumors on Twitter circulating, certain people that I follow, that the Glazer might be selling quickly. And then Simon Stone of the BBC, Simon Stone only goes for something where he's had a briefing from level people at Man United that are using him as well to push a certain agenda. So it's a very interesting thing. That's why I put Glazers have literally got the fan base in the spin. And in this article, people, let's read it together. Let's go through it together. Let's go through this article together. Manchester United could have new owners by the end of the season. So that's the headline. That is the headline from the article. And it goes on to say the Glazer family, who bought United in 2005, revealed last week that they were exploring strategic alternatives for the club, one of which was selling it, right? So the Glazer family, who bought Man United 2005, don't I remember? I was in my last year-ish at uni. I remember I got a train back. I was in Liverpool. I got a rush back, come back to Manchester to be part of the protest. I remember that, people. So this is what they said, exploring strategic alternatives for the club, one of which was selling it, right? That's what they're saying. No timescale has been put on the process, but not a subject to the same tight restrictions are those around the sale of Chelsea in the summer. So no timescale has been put to the process, which is not subject to the same tight restrictions are those around the sale of Chelsea in the summer. BBC journalists understand if the Glazers sell, which is not certain, a deal is likely to be done by the spring. That is big news, people. And let me just bring you up to date. The reason why the Chelsea deal was the way it was, people, is because it was a government. Basically, Chelsea could have gone bankrupt. So Roman Abramovich owned Chelsea. The government, British government, boycotted all oligarchs, was kicking Russian oligarchs out of this country that are aligned to Putin, right? It went very political very quickly. They'll tell you in this country, ooh, we've got to separate politics from sport. We've got to have a separation from politics and sport. I tell you, messing sport and politics, that is absolute nonsense. Talk shite, look, always talk that shite anyway. Politics and sport. Politics goes into everything. Everything, people, politics it goes into. Everything. So don't let anybody tell you, politics and sport, keep it separate. When it came to that went in it. The British government got mixed politics and sport up quickly, didn't they? Eh? Why not quick, eh? Hypocrites. Absolute hypocrites, man. The hypocrisy in this country is absolutely, it makes me livid, honestly. Sometimes I'm just like, what have you got today? I've seen so much hypocrisy that I'm in a daze. I'm hypocrisized. Let's make up new words on me on this live, people. Hypocrisized. What's happened to you? I've been hypocrisized. What have you got? You got a dose of the flu? Dose of COVID? No, I've got a dose of hypocrisized. That's what we've got. Honestly, people. So you get it, people. You get it. Let's get through the article. So basically, the Chelsea, they had to have these restrictions. Nobody from no oligarchs can really buy Chelsea. I think they looked at all of the bids. I picked some 30 different bidders bidded for Chelsea, and they basically looked at Chelsea and thought, okay, the government was like, Chelsea has to be sold in a certain way. The government then helped to put that anti-Glazer clause in there, basically anti-Glazer clause that you can't take any dividends out of the club for a decade. So this is what is going to be happening. So then the line, what I put is, this is the line that I put in the thing there. I don't know if you guys can see it. The line that I've put is there. The BBC Sports understands if the Glazers sell, which is not certain, a deal is likely to be done by spring. That, people, is fascinating. That is fascinating. That is fascinating, people, because what does that tell you? To me, if that's true, first of all, the therapy army was right to hold out, to not get giddy and go, oh, yeah, United are being sold, the Glazers are finally going. Nah, mate. No, mate. No. No, I'm sorry. No. 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 We don't get giddy here, people. We're always on giddy watch. One thing about me, people, I'll tell you when to get giddy. Trust me. Trust me. You've not gone past the test to get giddy test. No, you're not past the giddy test. For me, the news that the Glazers bought, when they're telling you, they are literally, when they say this, exploring a strategic alternatives for the club. One which was selling it, right? So that's what they said. So no, they've not come out fully said they're going to sell. They've not fully come out and said. And some people will argue, when it comes to these high stakes, big organizations, a football club like Man United, the Glazers basically can't come out, because then potential buyers are going to go, you want to sell anyway. You know, you want to sell, so this is the price that you're going to get. So they're going to have to be coy about it. That is out there. People will say that, who know far more about this than purchasing of big football clubs or big organizations or big companies. So it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. My neighbor must wonder what's going on. Well, what's going on? What's going on, Stevie? What's going on? Have you got me up loud on the TV? Hey, politics and sport. The politics of dancing. Hey, there we go. There we go. Dancing, mate. Come on, Morocco. Come on, Morocco and Belgium. Belgium. If Belgium go through today, they're going to be out in the next round anyway. Because they're not there to me. They're not. These guys are all... Yeah, but anyway, let's continue with the article. Let's all get sidetracked now. Let's get sidetracked. Obviously, you all know now. All United fans should know that the Glazers purchased United a controversial 790 million leverage buyout in May 2005, which should never have happened. And I will never forgive Tony Brown. Tony Blair and Gordon Brown for deregulating the market BS, what they were doing at that time, where they left Manchester United or any institution open to this kind of leverage. It should never have been allowed to. But so I suspect the FA and the Premier League were all brown envelopes. I suspect that the same way people are saying the way that Russia got afforded the World Cup was dodgy, and the way that Qatar got the World Cup was dodgy. This is dodgy to me. This is dodgy, but nobody ever wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. This is, to me, one of the dodgy buyout of Manchester United. Trust me. Dodgy FC. That's what that is. So that's where we are, people. For me, brown envelope, I call it the brown envelope of the Premier League and the FA for the Glazers to get this through. It's absolutely astonishing still. 17 years later, and I'm still astonished. I am absolutely still astonished by it. The club have since spent 1 billion on interest loan payments. Yeah, you see? So that billion the club has generated, not from the family, from us, from the club and our fan base. 1 billion on interest loan payments. But the share dividends, the majority which have gone to the American family. Plus share of dividends, of course. Of course. So this is where we are, people. This is where we are. And here he goes on to this other paragraph. Widespread support protests accompanied by a sale and return in recent season, particularly since the failed attempt to launch the European Super League. And he says, it has felt, this is what they're talking about, the Glazers, it's felt that unpopularity will be an advantage in sale process in addition to what is being regarded as a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to buy one of the world's most well-known sporting organizations, and any new ownership group is likely to benefit from the systematic welcome because they will follow the Glazers. Yeah, well, I mean, I can't imagine it being sold to somebody more worse than the Glazers. It's been stressed the sale now will only be concluded if the price is right. That is certain to be fair in access of United evaluation in a New York exchange at a close to trading on Tuesday, which was 3.65 billion, right? 3.65 billion. That's what it is. It's going to be in excess. That's what they're saying. It's going to be in excess of that. The Glazers want at least double that. On top of the sale price, new owners will also need to fund the urgent work on the club stadium. And they continue for the last paragraph. They continue here for the last paragraph and say, whilst building an entirely new stadium has not been ruled out, the Glazers have tended to view improving existing one as being preferable. Old Trafford has been a club. Old Trafford has been a club's home since 1910 and is regarded as being part of the overall brand value, and has been regarded as part of being parts of its overall brand value. But guys, what do you think to this? What do you think to this? Let's be having you, Therapy Army. Let's be having you. Let's be having you. Big up, Tom. How you doing, Tom? Big up, Tom. How you doing, Tom? Let us know what you guys think. The bet is still on, Tom. Come, are you about, Tom? Let me know. I'll send you the link. Let me know if you're about. Let me know what you're about. But what do you guys think about the article? The most two interesting wording from the whole article for me is that the Glazers want to do something close to 6 billion. They want close to 6 billion. And then the Glazers are still saying they might not sell. There is a possibility that the Glazers will keep hold of Manchester United. That is scary, people. That is scary. And that's why we've not been getting giddy out here. So it's going to be a very, very interesting to see what's going to happen. The bet's still on. Me and Tom have got a bet on, basically, that the club's going to be sold in 12 months. And whoever wins is taking the other person out for a lovely meal in Manchester. So, yeah, me and Tom. Bet still on, mate. Bet still on, Tom. Man United fans, stop getting giddy because the Glazers world is full of deceit. 100%. I just want Aguero moment to happen to us. Goosebumps, United win the league. Oh, it'd be amazing, but we're far away from that now. Yeah, 100% Alien Tenno, that war criminal. That's been that's had a makeover in terms of the way the media treat him. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can tell the deaths of those millions of Iraqis have haunted him. You can see physically how he looks. He looks gone. He looks absolutely gone. He looks like somebody that you'll meet in hell. He's living in hell. I hope he's living in hell. In real life, he's living in hell. That absolute war criminal. Big up, Tom says, if the Glazers don't make full sale percentage sale, they will be in international regulation restrictions on tampering with the market shares and prices costing millions of companies. Okay, there we go. So there we go. You get a bit of that news there. If they don't sell properly, if they don't do full sale, well, they didn't say they're going to do full sale, but I know what you mean, Tom. They did say that. I see us getting a Todd Bailey type of American owner and any Dubai owners were in dreamland. The Glazers owners are crooks. Well, I played to you guys a most likely who's gonna buy Manchester United. If it is people, if it genuinely is, if it is going to be a I would say if it's going to be if it's going to be a spring sale, spring up, you know, my birthday's in March, first day spring, officially it's 21st of March. If it could mean any spring, usually in this country, right? The BBC wrote an article as in this country. If you're into your seasons, obviously, spring season is between March, 21st of March till beginning of June. That's the spring. So if this article is right, the negotiations for Manchester United and the people that they're selling it to, this investment company in the US is the only way. It's the only one that could have buy this quickly. If this is a quick sale, and it's going to be, it could be in the end of March, it could be in May, you know, it could be in June. Between those 3 months, at the end of March, mid-June, then it is going to be a quick sale. And if that quick sale happens, it's already been negotiated from maybe 8 months ago or 6 months ago. When the news broke on Twitter, you know, we talked about it on here. When the news broke, so when the news broke, and this is where Steve's getting at, big up Steve H. I see us getting Todd Bowley type of American Dubai owners were in the dreamland. The Glazer owners are crooks. Yeah, 100%. So it looks like it's going to be an American investment company. It will be. But they have to understand this investment company. Obviously, majority of us don't want American ownership because the Glazers have ruined this for us. The Glazers have ruined it for everybody, and they've ruined it for us, right? They've ruined any American ownership of Manchester United. They've ruined it for everybody. So even if there's a long-lost, diehard United fan, multi-billionaire owner who's got best hopes and best wishes for Man United, who wants to take Manchester United back to the top of the tree, bringing in maybe build. I think Man United need to build a new stadium. I mean, we're going to do a show on the stadiums, by the way. We're going to do a specific show on the stadium where we can have that debate. Those who want a new stadium, 100-seat new stadium, and those who want a refurbishment of Old Trafford. But we'll get into that. But they're going to have, to me, it's going to cost about $1.5 billion to do both stadium and maybe a training ground, and maybe then building a little stadium for the women's and the women's team and the youth team. Because at the moment, guys, we play in Leeds Sports Village, which is it's a town outside of Manchester. I know, that's mind-blowing. So if it's a quick sale, people, that deal has already been done. Man United have already been owned by somebody else. If it's on the other hand, the Glazers are selling 70 or 60% of it, or maybe 50-50 to get in another partnership investment company, then we're doomed. We're doomed. We are absolutely doomed. We are absolutely doomed. That is my nightmare of nightmares, people. That is a nightmare. That the Glazers sell to an investment hedge fund 50% to 50%, and Glazers still keep hold of us, but they'll inject more money because they want to sell it in 10 years' time. Or maybe 5 years' time, 6 years' time. They want to get Man United back to the top, build a new stadium, build a new training complex, do all of that, improve the training facilities, get Man United competing again, then they will sell their share. That is a nightmare, people. That is a nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare. Big up. Good morning, Leadson. How you doing, brother? Are you off this week? Are you not? I guess you're not in the office since the US have qualified to the next round. Yeah, the fact that Woodward is back negotiating the next takeover is clear that Glazers will still manage to stay. That breaks my heart, bro. That breaks my heart. And that's why on this channel, we were never getting giddy. We were never getting giddy on this channel. We do not believe a word that comes out of the Glazers' mouths. We do not. In 17 years, I have never believed anything that comes out of the Glazers' mouths. Big up Nurin, have you thought about making a mini doc series to inform fans about things that they usually don't hear through the mainstream media? To be fair, we considered doing that, but to be fair, we got people like Gary Neville now speaking like me. You got Gary Neville on Sky Sports talking about the bankers. So I think that our work has been done out here. You know, I mean, we were the first to talk about bankers who own us. You know, we were the first to break it down for people and go, actually, there's 3 Bristol University bankers that the Glazers have put in charge of Man United. And they still remain there. We will either get US-based owners or Glazer will stay. This is because dollar is valued higher than a pound and the Glazer will want the dollars. Yeah, that's true at the moment. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, Alien Tenno, fellow match goer here says, United need a new 100k seater stadium. Yeah, we do. I look forward to seeing documentary. Oh yeah, oh my God. The Gunner Swindler, definitely. We'll be getting that up. But seriously, guys, what do you think? What do you guys think? I think also this investment company could also be backed by a nation state fund. None of you have thought about that. So breaking news, everybody. This investment company, we are all assuming investment companies are all Americans. We are all assuming that. But guess what, people? Not all investment companies are American-backed or American-owned. Breaking news for you people. Seriously, I have this breaking news for you guys. Let me break it down for you bit by bit, because no other channel is going to do this for you, 100%. No other channel is going to speak about this, can break it down for you like this. Because I do my research, people. I don't come here just chat waffle to you, especially when it comes to the Glazers. I try to go and do my research. Last night was supposed to go live. Somehow, StreamYard was not going up at all. StreamYard kept blocking me. StreamYard was like, nope, can't go live. Couldn't go live. I was trying so hard to go live last night with this news, actually, and to talk about this. But let me break it down for you guys. So, an investment company, there are loads of investment companies who are based in the US that are not American, that are not US owned. So, this US investment could easily be a nation state fund that's got an investment aspect to a portfolio in the US. I repeat it, and I'll do it slowly for you again, because I know this is a bit complex for certain people. It's even complex for me. When I was reading this, I was like, eh? So I'll say it again. Investment companies who are looking for opportunities to invest in the US or in London, financial services, in London, the banking city that is London, or in Frankfurt, which is in Germany, which they're the banking city, New York. All of the investment companies that are looking for opportunities to invest in new projects, right, to make money from. Not all of them have to be based either in Germany, in Frankfurt, in London, have to be from Frankfurt, have to be from London, or have to be from New York. So, an investment company that's interested in Manchester United could still be a nation state fund. You're not going to get that anywhere else. And where I go, there was something really interesting that Gary Neville said when he did this interview with that Melissa of Sky Sports, who's covering Man United now. Melissa, something her name is. She's a South African journalist, obviously. She's of South African descent. She's based in the UK. She works for Sky. She's a diehard Liverpool fan. By the way, diehard Liverpool fan. And she did an interview with Gary Neville. And they do this World Cup for Sky. They do the World Cup roundings and they talk about domestic football as well. And Gary Neville said US investment can also be nation state. So it could be Dubai. It could be the Bahrain. It could be Qatari. It could be Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you, go and look it up. Look it up. So that could happen, people. The other alternative could be is Jim Radcliffe. Sir Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy himself. Jimmy Radcliffe himself. It could be Jim Radcliffe. Jim Radcliffe is the guy who has flirted with Man United. He came out on the interview that he gave to the BBC. And by the way, people, he wasn't serious. I was the one to tell you on here. It's on this channel. We did analyze that interview he did with the BBC when he supposedly wanted to buy Chelsea. He didn't follow the proper procedure and protocols to buy Chelsea. He didn't. He threw his hat in later on and did an interview with the BBC journalist without following the proper procedure and protocols, because like that BBC article said, Chelsea was a strict parameters around the sale of Chelsea because it had to be done quickly, and it had to be done so that to soften the blow of the Chelsea fans, the Chelsea stakeholders, from losing the guy who cared about their football club and who wanted to put Chelsea number one because of geopolitical matters. Hence the Ukraine-Russia war. Hence the British government mixing sport and politics, people. The British government and the establishment in Britain mixing politics and sport. Everything in this country is political. Every atmosphere is political. So this idea that this is not political, that politics and sport are separate, is brainwashing, is lies, it's hypocrititis, as we named it. Don't ever be hypocritized. Wash it off. Once you hear hypocritize coming your way, avoid it. Avoid it, people. So, as we said, that it could be Jim Radcliffe, because Jim Radcliffe had ulterior motive, and people were having a go at me and the therapy army going, oh, stop clickbaiting. He wanted to buy Chelsea. He's a Chelsea season ticket holder. Yeah, but he's also a United fan. He said he's a United fan. And people have checked that out and said, yes, he's a United fan, but he is a season ticket holder at Chelsea because he lives in London. He left Manchester to go and set up business, to work in the finance, in banking and whatever he worked in London. And it's the closest club, because he's a football fan, was Chelsea. He became a season ticket holder. But he did say he loves Manchester United. And I said at that time, Jim Radcliffe is not serious about buying Chelsea. He just wanted to let it be known to the fans and everybody that he wants to buy Man United. So if this deal is done, he came out in, was it in October? We did a, you can check out the video. We did that, we did the video about the Financial Times interview with Jim Radcliffe, where Jim Radcliffe was like, well, if the Glazers, some of them want to sell, some of the family members want to sell, some of them don't. And they don't want to sell. And then he went and said, we won't be sticking around, but we want top level. And he also talked about meeting with Sheikh Mansour in Dubai and talking about, if you're going to buy a football club, you have to invest a lot of money to get anything in return. And he did say the Glazers are nice people. So with that, him soften the blows up, has he been negotiating ever since? Has he been negotiating since he threw his hat in? Since he said he wants to buy Man United, he'd be interested in buying Man United? Has he been negotiating with the Glazers when he's talking about how nice Avram and Joe are and how nice people they are when he met them? Could that be it? Could that be it, people? So this idea that it's got to be, like we all understood it to be, either Dubai state fund, nation state fund, or it could be an American investment people, bankers, or it could be Jim Radcliffe. Maybe they're all mix and blend. Jim Radcliffe knows a lot about Dubai and these people, because they've got all the money. By the way, the Dubai lot, the Qataris, the Saudis, they're trillionaires, people. They're trillionaires. They're not companies, so that they have to literally let it be known about how much they're worth. They're not. They are in charge. They run countries, so they could be trillionaires. But ain't nobody gonna break that down to you. That this investment company based in the US could be the Qataris, could be the Dubai lot, could be the Bahraini, could be Saudi as well. Listen, the Middle Eastern money, the trillionaires who rule the Middle East, they're entangled into the West, into American, British economies. They're so much entangled. They're so much entangled. If you want to believe the official 9/11 story, people tell you the Bin Laden was behind it. Bin Laden was one of the guys behind it. The Bin Ladens own properties in the US. The Bin Ladens own properties in the US. Saudi investment into American industries has been for the past nearly 60 years. Same in Britain, same Qatari. Like I said, Qatar was part of the British Empire till the 1970s. So let it be known, people. Let it be known. Here you get the full picture. You don't get little bits of it. We don't rush to go live when there's a breaking news. We wait and analyze and think, where's this coming from? So that BBC article, just a summary, is they're saying that Glazers might want to might want to have a stake in Man United still. And is that why now Woodward's name's been mentioned? Because Woodward is their boy. And is that way him swindling his ways back to the club? If the Glazers do sell, if it's full sale, people, it's going to be a quick one. That means it could be a US investment company backed by the Middle East, or it could be Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So this is what it could be. But anyway, people, it's getting to that time, near World Cup time. Let's have a look at today, who's playing today, innit? Let's have a look. Let's have a look who's playing today. It's Morocco, the Moroccan group, Belgium. They're going to be playing today. Who else is playing today? Let's have a look at the World Cup games. Am I the only one? Or have you guys been bored of the World Cup? It's been a bit boring, to be honest with you. The World Cup's been a bit boring. It's been a bit boring, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a bit boring for me. Here we go. So the first two games, Canada versus Morocco, 3 o'clock. Croatia versus Belgium. And then tonight you got Costa Rica, Germany, Japan, Spain. So whoever first place in Group E will play second place in Group F, and second place in Group F will play the winners of Group E. So Group E winners play second place in Group F, and Group F second place will play the runners up, people. So whoever wins the Group F will play runners up in Group E, and vice versa, people. That's where it is. We want Morocco to go through. I want Morocco to go through so badly, I can't tell you. I want all the African teams to do well and England to win. So if African teams can't win it, I want England to win it. If the African teams can't win it, I want Italy to win it. Obviously, in terms of romanticism, Messi's been an incredible footballer, incredible player. Would I be too harsh? Would I feel too badly if Argentina don't win the World Cup? No, I wouldn't. I love their fan base. I love the passion of their fans. I love the energy they bring to World Cups. And of course, Messi deserves to go down as one of the greats. And I think if he was to win the World Cup, I think he would go down as one of the greats. If Portugal did it with Ronaldo, would Ronaldo go down one of the greats? Yeah, you could say that as well. I don't hate Ronaldo. I don't have any bad thing to say about Ronaldo other than that his interview was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassment. That interview was really, really embarrassing. So it's going to be very, very difficult, people. World Cup, but I've been quite bored about it. But I want Morocco to go through today. So it was just to give you a little bit of breakdown about who we think these people are, people. Who you think can own Man United? We talked about, actually, yeah, just to mention, Bruno apparently has been linked with Real Madrid, if you believe the reports. Lazaro Martino is another player that's been linked with next says Qatar almost own not Osama, 100%. Not Osama bin Laden, no. His family, his family. And they were allowed to leave after 9/11. They were allowed to leave the country. They left the US. A lot of them were based there, but the business is still there. Next says Qatari almost own it. They realize that they've been lied to their whole lives. They will deny it. You can't wake everybody up. Yeah, 100%. Shillington Ave, big up Shillington, man. Not seen you in a while, bro. I could already see Woodward being restated as CEO of the US owners by the club. After all, Wood has brought the record profit to the Glazers. Yeah. Oh my God, can you imagine that? I'm sorry, but that's nonsense. You're all shitting yourselves over nothing, IMO. Ted Banks, tell us, Ted Banks, what you've got something to tell us? Why are we shitting ourselves over nothing? Tell us, please. Do people think? Do people really think someone willing to pay billions for the club is going to allow the Glazers to hang around and upsetting the entire family base? Nah, I don't think so, love. Well, you would think that stranger things have happened, mate. Stranger things have happened. I remember it was Usmanov and the Cronkies who owned half of Arsenal. That happened. That happened to Arsenal until the Usmanov was bought off by Kroenke. So that happens. That happens. Do you think they give a fuck about the fan base, Ted? Genuinely, I'm going to ask you that question again. Do you think they give a fuck about the fan base? Do you think they give a fuck about the fan base? Do you? No, I don't. I don't think they give a fuck about what we think. The only thing that we've got is go on the streets and protest. But yeah, I want Argentina to go out so Martinez is ready before. Yeah, we got to be selfish. And coming to that, Eriksen's the first United player to be knocked out of the World Cup. Eriksen's the first. So we'll know now how many days that Eriksen will get will be the way that how Man United are handling how many days to give, how many weeks or days they can give to players who have been knocked out of the World Cup. So with Eriksen, is Eriksen going to be joining up with Man United training camp ASAP, or is he going to have a week off? Is he going to have 2 weeks off? It's going to be very interesting to see now. Big up, thank you for reminding me, Jad. I want Argentina to go out so Martinez is ready for our Premier League games. Yeah, no, 100%. You can look at it like that. You can look at it like that. I want all Man United players to be home. Every Man United player to be knocked out. Casemiro, Martinez, Varane for France. Who else? What other Man United players have you got? Oh, Rashford for England. Rashford, Luke Shaw. Not so Maguire. Maguire can still stay out there. Maguire can still stay out there. He can stay in the World Cup. He can go and play for whatever team can do a transfer, last minute World Cup transfer into taking Maguire. But we'll have Luke Shaw and Rashford back. So it's going to be very interesting. But we want Morocco to win today. I told everybody about Belgium. Belgium are not the team, man. 6 years together, the players. I think it's been a World Cup of Simmer frame World Cup, mate. Simmer frame mobility scooter World Cup, mate. That's what it's been, honestly. Older players living on past reputations while not giving young talents the chance to play. It is what it is. It is what it is. The Glazers are going to take on a Rio at £7 billion. The Glazers are going. The Glazers are going to make on the Rio of 7 billion. Well, the Glazers are going. Okay, that's what you think. That's what you think. Why is the BBC a BBC well-researched article saying that they might not sell fully? Ted, is there something you know? Are you an inside guy? It's a structure. It's the Bangkok trophy in the background. No, we don't have the Bangkok minute. Listen, all you can see in the background is league titles, and that's what I'm asked about. League titles. And we've not sniffed a league title for a long time. There's no Mickey Mouse trophies in my cabinet, sinking over. I let you know that, sinking over. There's no Mickey Mouse trophies in my cabinet. None. I don't do Mickey Mouse. You should know better than ask me that question. You should know better, sinking over. Make Maguire the honorary president in the Ghanaian parliament, eh? There we go, Yazube. Get in, Mohammed. Maguire. There's a job out there for Maguire. The president of The Ghanaian parliament, big up Mama people in West Africa. People are overhyping Rashford Bruno because they played 1 or 2 good games against crap teams in international football. Yeah, facts. Both England and Portugal have not played anybody of significant note. To be fair, I was really disappointed at Uruguay. Really disappointed. Again, Grandad FC team, that is. Granddads everywhere. But I like Palestri's performance. I thought he was good. Apparently, we are buying Harry Maguire. When I heard that, I was laughing. Who are you? A Chelsea fan? Danish. Danish, are you a Chelsea fan? I hope you buy him. It's called plausible deniability, my guy. When reporting stories, lol, it involves billion-pound deals. Well, listen, I'll tell you this, Ted. I don't know if you're a United fan, Ted. I'm sick of all this plausible deniability. I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I'm sorry. I've been burnt. We've all been burnt by Glazer propaganda. Manchester United have one of the biggest propaganda machines in the world. Forget about the sport. Man United have state-level propaganda machine, right? Like where certain countries have. That's how much propaganda it is. So I have to see it to believe it. But yeah, you know what? A lot of people, I have to be respectful. I have to stay objective on this. A lot of people say similar to you. In my WhatsApp groups, a lot of people are telling me, no, they have to deny it. They have to say this. Yeah, the same way that I understood that Jim Radcliffe couldn't say he wants to buy Man United, that the Glazers want to sell. He can't say that. He can't. It's like what I understand it to be is similar to what what's his name did. Elon Musk did about Twitter. He said he's going to buy Twitter, and then he was like, "Nah, I don't really want to buy Twitter." And then he got taken to court, and then the court forced him to buy Twitter. By the way, that's highly leveraged takeover of Twitter as well. A lot of it is in debt. He bought a lot of it debts to buy Twitter, by the way. And I always said that guy was a joker. He was an absolute joker who wants to be a celebrity billionaire. He thinks he's Batman. And look at the way what he's doing to Twitter. Yeah, like Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's playing for that as well. A lot of United players are going to be playing for that new contract. I think Manchester United needs to install a wage. They have to put in a wage cap. I think a disciplined club does that. I think if you're performing fantastically, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 week in, week out, then you deserve to get bonuses on your weekly wage. I think that's how it should work. I think everybody should be on a basic wage, and then if you're performing, you should get a bonus on top of that wage, weekly wage. That's how I would do it. I will not be giving out 300,000 grand to Rashford and Luke Shaw and these guys. No, I wouldn't. I love Marcus Rashford. I think Marcus Rashford needs to be protected. I think there's a lot of people who are not into football establishment in this country because he's embarrassed them. He clearly embarrassed the establishment and the political elites in this country that want to see the downfall of Marcus Rashford. But we're going to judge Marcus Rashford on a football pitch. To me, if you want a 3,000 grand a week, or if you want that region, Manchester, you have to go and prove it, mate. You have to earn your bread. Fire Man United into the Champions League, Marcus. Fire Manchester United into the Champions League, and you will get that money, the money you deserve. Be a consistently 7, 8 out of 10 player for Man United, and you will get it. You will get the money. Money will come. So there we go. FIFA Senegal, FIFA Morocco, FIFA Ghana. Rest can go home. There we go, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is letting you know he wants. To me, it's a tragedy. If all the World Cups have been going since the 1930. The first ever World Cup was 1930, won by Paraguay. Sorry, no Paraguay. Uruguay won the first one, and then they won it in the one in 1950. If I'm not mistaken, they won that in Maracanã in Brazil. Actually, bloody hell. It was a national day of mourning in Brazil. There was almost, they reckon, there's about 200,000 fans in and around that stadium, Maracanã. And Uruguay went and beat Brazil in the final. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, yeah. it's a travesty that African team has not won the World Cup. It's painful. Somebody with East African heritage, it's painful. Do I want England to do well? Of course, I live in this country. I want England to do well. I just wish England had a manager that would go for it, attack more, and make use of the young, talented forwards England have, and play more attractive football and go for it, be it more front foot, attack teams and go for it. I wish that. But as you guys coined the phrase, it was first coined on here by the Therapy Army, Ole Gunnar Southgate. Now, definitely you can't compare international football. The pace of international football is so much slower than a Premier League. The Premier League is one of the fastest, most high tempo, aggressive leagues out there. It competitively aggressive. So it is what it is, people. But yeah, big up to every one of you. Fact, Nuruddin, I've been saying it to United are running high level propaganda attacks against his own fans daily. Of course, that's what they do, bro. That's what they do. That's what they do. They've been doing that for a very long time. Rio Ferdinand, perfect example of an English media overhype. Of course, that's what Rio Ferdinand. To be fair, I think Rio Ferdinand does it to. I don't think he's serious, genuinely. He does it to stay relevant, so that he can be trending and people are talking about him. Like Rio Ferdinand wants to be the next Piers Morgan, people. Honestly, he wants to be the next Piers Morgan. Everybody wants to be a Piers Morgan. Wants to just make headlines and say things. Must slapping everybody at Twitter is glorious. Well, you could say that. Some people might differ, Alien Tunnel. But anyway, it is what it is, people. That's been your big up. It says the De Gea, Rashford, Luke Shaw, all in the last year of their contract. I want a complete change at the club. If you ask me, Bundesliga clubs have a wage cap with bonus packages on top of. Yeah, I just exactly the same thing I talked about. I talked about that. I just talked about that. But yeah. Elon's not a clever man. Elon is a moron, lol. Well, it's a glass half full, glass half empty, innit? You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, that's who you are. If you're, the way you are. For me, I do not want Elon Musk owning anywhere Man United. Next minute, he'll be holding bloody folks on Twitter. Who should we sell? What players should Man United sell? Which player Man United should buy? But maybe some of you might like that. Elon Musk is going to hammer Joe Biden in pieces. He's the guy that don't get well. There it is. We'll get into it, people. Rashford, Sancho, Bruno for the Luke Shaw, Maguire, all ridiculous wages. None of them deserve the contract, the money they're on. But to be fair, do the bankers deserve all of the bonuses they get? Do they deserve that? That's why I'm like, Man United, everybody gets paid, mate, because Man United make too much money. Well, they used to anyway. There we go. If players of African descent played for their home country, then by now at least African would have definitely won it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he says here, I'm a United fan, bro, by the way. I live in Denton. I wasn't trying to argue with you, but listen, Ted, it's all love, brother. Absolutely all love. That's why I brought your comment up quickly, because it makes for a better conversation. See, I learn something, you learn something. That's what we are in this channel. It's not about arguing. Love, Ted. Always love, right? Always love. Denton is only around the corner, yeah. Big up, Ted. So you're welcome. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification button because it tells you when we're next live. If Morocco go through, we're going live, people. We're going live tonight. If Morocco go through, we're going live. If Morocco don't go through, we're not going live. We're not going live because I'll be devastated. I'll be devastated. Morocco will be one of my favorite teams to watch in their 2 games so far. I'm loving the way they play, the team unity, the team spirit, the organization, the way they attack. I love it. I love everything about it. So, yeah. But Ted, you're welcome, bro. Absolutely. No offense taken whatsoever. No offense taken at all. And that's why actually people who say differently, that's why I bring them up. Big up says, I'm writing for the Michael Neaton party. Avram Joe Glazer out. I'm waiting for the Michael Neaton. Okay, my party. Now forget that. You're waiting for the Mr. Structor party, mate. You're waiting for my party. You don't want Michael Neaton, mate. My party, mate. I'm telling you, we're going to party in Manchester like it's 1999. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, people. That's what we're going to be partying. Elon bought Twitter for 44 billion. It's not worth. It's not worth 6 billion, and he's having to retire all the stuff. He's sacked unfairly. Proper smart chap. Yeah, it's crazy what's happening out there. It's crazy what's happening there. Ted, I think Ted, I'm telling you now, 90% of Manchester United fans will say the same to you, bro. So I don't think you are shameless alone. You're not shameless alone. And I don't think there's no shame because that's where modern football is. Yeah, people, if you want somebody to take over Man United, they have to have heavy, a lot of money for it to invest. Because if the Glazers want 6 billion to 7 billion, you're going to invest maybe another 4 billion. You need to have 10 billion. You need to have 10 spare billion lying around. And there's only certain parts of the world that have people who have got that type of cash lying around, mate. The Indian guy, the steel, he got rich off steel, innit? The Indian guy, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the Middle Eastern trillionaires, mate. That can look at 10 billion and go, yeah, it's nothing. You know what I mean? Should the arguments be that Africans who have helped massively to win major tournaments for their countries? Yeah, well, you know what? That could happen. But guys, genuinely, I can love to stay with you and chat. Should Leo says, should the arguments be that Africans might have not have developed as much as football-wise? They have never went to other countries and went on to win things. Should the argument be that Africans may not have developed as much football-wise if they had never went to other countries and to win? Yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah, that's his name. Musaki Ambani, yeah. Musaki Ambani, yeah. That's the Indian billionaire. Jeff Bezos is a billionaire. Elon Musk is a billionaire. But the Middle Eastern guys are trillionaires, people. Trillionaires. Hey, let's not get into that. Let's not get into who bedded who, Ted. Let's not talking to about that. Lucky Singh here says, Ambani will perfect for the hiring of Manchester United by. Wow. Okay. I don't know about that. But anyway, big up to every one of you. All we want, people, is the next owners to take Man United back to the top. That's all we want. Invest in the infrastructure. Get the clowns, the bankers that are there now out, clean them all out. Yeah, that's the only thing I agree with Twitter. I don't know if it's clever, but he cleaned them all out, didn't he, Elon Musk? So get rid of the people who Mancunians, the people who work in the club, really good people. A lot of amazing people work for Man United who love Man United just exactly the way that me and you love Man United, guys. Love Man United to death. Who get up every morning, even despite the 17 years of the Glazer ownership, who get up every morning with a smile on their face and go, I'm working for the greatest football club in the world, my club, my football club. And there is that. There is a big family kind of a thing about Man United. And that's why, because it means so much. Because I always say, we are the most romantic football club in the world. Don't let anybody tell you any otherwise. The most romantic football club in the world is Manchester United. It is. We rose from the ashes to the glory in a decade. And there's the man that did it. Over my shoulder, over the shoulder here, is there. Samat Busby. Samat Busby. But big up to every one of you. I love and like. Yeah, hopefully we're going to try to do it in half an hour next time, but take care. I just love interacting with you guys. That's why the show is longer than most, because I love interacting with you guys. So big up. No. The way Elon Musk is running, I'm telling you now, I don't know about Bezos. All I know is that he mistreats his workers, but then no billionaire is innocent, isn't it? No billionaire is innocent. No billionaire is got principles. We need a good let me just say what Haroon just said. Nuruddin, let's go Musk and Buzz duo take over Man United. We'll be unstoppable. Some fans will think like you, Haroon, but I'm just in doubt. But big up Haroon. We need a good owner focused on football first. I still believe Man United can compete with this internally, generate cash revenue. We are a juggernaut, and our culture will always stand out amongst the other. Leo, I understand what you're saying. 100%. Man United can spend maybe 200 million every summer on transfers, but the infrastructure is something that Man United need. So we need somebody who's got money to improve the infrastructure in the stadium, the structure in terms of the football side of it, where you're saying football focus first, getting the best analysts, the best recruitment, the best directors of football, the best recruitment, you know what I mean, really empowering all of the scouts that we have globally, empowering and adding to more to our sports science development, doing all of that. We need that. We do need that. Man United need that. But it is what it is, people. Smash a like. There we go. We end with this one, people. Smash that like. Love and like, people. Come on, Morocco. Come on, Morocco. Come on, Morocco. Big up to every one of you. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you tonight if Morocco win. Win, lose, draw. Glazers out, bankers out. Take care, people. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and the rest of the World Cup games. Sarah.